Hey everybody, this is Jesse from Fishing the Dream, and today we're going to go over my tackle bag I carry when I wade and see how everybody likes it, and I'll explain why I use it, and I'll explain the contents of the bag also. Thank you. Alright everybody, I'd like to get this started. This is my 3700 Plano Dry Bag duffel style backpack. It works great for small streams and even kayaking. I've had issues where I've fallen in the water, and just recently I've actually fell backwards in the water, and this actually supported me because it is so buoyant, and it's sealed. It's got all the seals or the seams welded along the edges. It has a Velcro enclosure that you roll up to keep your bag dry and your content dry. I've not had any issue with condensation on any of my hooks or any rusting, and I have not had one leak with this bag. It's a 20-liter bag with the enclosure that seals with a hasp and Velcro. It's fully adjustable, padded, and the straps are fully adjustable, and the chest strap is fully adjustable also. This thing works great. I have had absolutely no issues with it. It's probably one of the best backpack fishing outfits I've had. And it also has a compartment on the side for my pliers, which I always carry an aluminum set of pliers, and my Wacky Rig. I always carry that. And it can be fastened with a bungee cord to the bag. It also has a place here for you to expand the side of the bag if you'd like, and it has these attachments here to where you can change the belts, like these right here on the back. They can be put on the side for carrying a fishing rod, and I usually carry a net on the very back. But enough about the bag itself. You can find this bag at Bass Pro, you can find it online, and you can find it at Academy. And I think I paid like $89 for it, which is well worth it. I've had a bunch of backpacks and none of them have performed as well as this backpack. It's kept everything dry, no rust issues, and like I say, it's very buoyant. If you fall in the water, you can grab a hold of it. If it's deep enough that you can't touch the bottom, it will support you. I've actually floated with this thing on my back. So if you'd like to get one, you can find it in those areas, and you can probably get it online also at Plano. But anyway, we'll go on to the content of the bag. By the way, the Plano backpack also comes with 2 of these large size Plano containers, which work great for your baits. I keep some terminal tackle on this side, and the opposite side my Wacky Rig hooks, various jig hooks. I'm a big proponent of using owner hooks. I like their jigs. Got bait hooks in there, swivels. I carry a few plastic baits in here, some Ned rigs, some small minnows. These are both Z-Man. Like I say, if you're looking for a good hook, these owner ultra head football jigs and the regular jig heads, they got great hooks. I also carry a lot of small tackle, such as Rebel products. I like their crawdads. They work great in rivers and streams, and generally when I get to a stream, I'll roll over a couple rocks just to try to find out what color the crawdads are native to the area and try to match my Rebel crawdads to that. I carry some poppers for topwater use. I carry a lot of Minnow Baits from Rebel. Like I say, they make a variety of micro baits that are good for small streams. They make small crankbaits. They've got some small bugs. A lot of minnows. Their crick hopper is one of my favorites. And this is a gold color crick hopper, which works great on top water. You just twitch it on top a little bit and they'll come running. And I use, like I said, a few small crankbaits like this here. This is a small Strike King. They work great in small thin water situations. I've got a few other types of Rebel minnows and a couple more, and another style of popper. But these all work great. This is just one box. I'll go over the content of the next. Most of the time I keep a large selection of Rebel crawdads because I like to change up colors, depth. I've got some that are larger and smaller, depending on the depth of water that I want to run the bait at. And my second box I used basically for my crankbaits. I use a lot of red crankbaits early spring. It's good color for smallmouth. It's a spring craw color. I have a few other different types of craw patterns I like to use and colors. This is a Guggen bait, and like I said, most of my baits are micro sized or smaller size because of the body of waters that I fish. I don't really fish that deep of water, and I really prefer square bills because square bills were designed to bounce off rocks, sticks, and structure. If you feel something when you're reeling it in and you tick off of it, it generally will bounce up over it and keep rolling. Unlike a round bill, which will keep diving, and 9 times out of 10 get you hung up. I fish a lot of Whopper Ploppers in different sizes. This is a 90 Pac-Man. I fish some of the 70s also, which they're a larger body size in diameter, but lengthwise they're about the same as the 90. They have very, very sharp hooks. This one here is a bird pattern. I'll even fish some imitation mice lures, which they work great too. They don't really seem to mind. You know, it looks natural to them. It's even got whiskers, and the tail is replaceable. I do run some larger square bills, which the body size is just a little larger, but they run usually 3 to 5 feet deep, so it's a good all-around bait. And I also use a few stick baits or jerk baits. They work really well. I jerk them a little, let them sit, then keep retrieving. And I also have, like I say, a large assortment of topwater poppers. I use a lot of different colors and tones. A lot of them make a lot of rattling noises. I do use a few Czar spooks. I don't have any in the box right now. And I don't really carry too many larger diving baits because I'm usually on a shallow river or stream, and that just doesn't work out in that situation. Okay, I'd like to go over a few of the other rubber baits that I use and I carry in my bag also. This is a Bass Pro styled Hellgrammite. I use a couple different versions of this color wise, and I also use another brand called Nico. Nico is a new brand to the United States. It's sometimes hard to find. You can order them online, but they're very, very durable. These can be hooked and they do not come off, and they are very, very durable. They don't rip up. You can use this all day long without tearing it up. And when you stretch it, the scent comes out of it. And I find them to be a very durable alternative to the Bass Pro Hellgrammite. And they work really well. Most of the small streams in this part of the country are full of Hellgrammites. And the smallmouth and rock bass love them. And as I've told you before, I'm a very big fan of Keitech minnows, the Easy Shiner 3-inch. And you can get these in various colors and sizes. And I use all these. They work in just different situations. I use a different color. Most of the time I use the white Easy Shiner 3-inch. It seems to be a very productive fishing lure. And it matches the size of the bait in the streams most of the time. Next, I also use crawfish. I use a variety of colors, brands. This is just one. This is a Lunker Hunt Finesse Craw. And it comes pre-rigged with one hook, and you can get 2 extras with it. And you can put it on any other kind of jig head, but they put their own in the package so you can see how it's rigged. And it's a very good brand to use also. And as I said before in a previous video, I love using the Yum Dingers. They have a large profile, and like I said, I use the O-ring around them to save the bait. And they're just a good all-around bait. Fish seem to really key in on them. I use these Mafia, these Bass Mafia money bags in my backpack, and this also can be used for your cell phone or any other kind of thing like your keys, something that you want to stay waterproof, just in case there happen to be a leak. This is sealable and zippable, and it works great. They're a little bit pricey. They're about $6 a piece, but they're well worth it to protect your equipment. I also carry a secondary box of terminal tackle. I carry worm hooks, jig heads in various types and sizes, regular bait hooks, some sinkers. I carry some extra Wacky Rig Hooks. It's just good to have extra when you need them. So as I said before, you can get the O-rings for the baits for wacky rigging in different colors also. I found these red ones recently, and I've yet to use them. I'll let you know how they work. And these are also very effective river and stream fishing baits. These tubes, they mimic crawfish, and smallmouth love them. You can get them in various colors and sizes. I believe these are 3-inch, and that's mostly all I use, is about a 3-inch. And I also have some Ned rigs in here that are already pre-rigged with the Ned hook, so that they're already set up if I need to use one. And just a side note, I want everybody to know that when I fish streams out, I walk a lot of miles, and I'm in very remote areas. And I always carry a handgun with me. You know, you never know what you're going to run into anymore, or who you're going to run into. And even if you ran into a bear, I don't know that I would shoot a bear. I would try to just scare him off. But we do have black bears, and they do frequent the streams where I fish. So it's always a good idea to carry a handgun. If you prefer not to, that's your business. And lastly, I'd like to go over the different styles of and colors of Zoom finesse worms I use also. These are all 4-inch worms. This one's a watermelon. We have a gourd green, and I use the cotton candy also. These are very effective, and you can pick what color you want, just depending on what the water clarity is and what they're biting on. And then again, like I said, here is the Bass Mafia bag if you're interested in these, and I've only found these at Bass Pro. So if you're interested, take a look at them there. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this tutorial on my fishing bag. And as always, I'd like you to be good stewards of the land and the water, and just be nice to each other. It's a rough world out there, and I think everybody should try to get along, no matter what our differences and beliefs are. And if you like this video, click the like button and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Thank you.